Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I want to share a really simple practice that you can do to release tension in your shoulders. So you shouldn't need any props for this practice, but you might want a blanket underneath your knees for a little bit more cushion, particularly if your knees are divas like mine are. Okay, so a blanket or a pillow for underneath your knees, and we should be good to go. Okay, so start either kneeling or you can sit, and I'm going to show both ways so that if you're not really sure what to do, you have options. Okay, so if your knees are more sensitive and sitting back on your heels doesn't feel good, you can sit up in a chair instead, or you could even do this standing. Okay, so either kneeling or seated, bring your right hand to your chest. Okay, place your right hand right in the center of your chest and reach your left arm across. Okay, now you're not trying to squeeze your arm in towards your chest, your left arm in towards your chest and deeply twist. You're reaching across from your shoulder, from your upper back. And you might even feel your shoulder blade moving over to the left as you pull your left arm across. Okay, so right hand is at your chest, reach your left arm across, and then sweep your left arm up. Follow your arm with your eyes. Left arm goes up, over and behind you, and then sweep it across again, even rounding in towards your hand on your chest. Left arm sweeps up and over, follow your arm with your eyes, and then reach it across again. Okay, one more time. Left arm goes up, over and behind, and then give your shoulder a little bit of a roll, and you'll do the second side. So left hand will come to your chest and right arm reaches across. Now I'm going to show this kneeling this time just so that you have a little bit of an understanding of that it's basically the same in both poses, whether you're on your knees or seated. So right arm reaches across, and again, you're not trying to twist and really pull from your hand, you're reaching from your shoulder blade. So you will very likely feel your right shoulder blade moving over to the right and even maybe off of your back. Not like it's actually physically coming off of your body, but away from your spine. Okay? And then take your right arm, sweep it up and over, following your arm with your eyes as it goes all the way behind you. And then forward and across again. So you're reaching on the diagonal, rounding through your upper back, even tucking your chin a little bit towards your chest. Okay, right arm goes up and over, reach behind you, and around and forward again, rounding through your back. Okay, last time, right arm goes up and behind you, and then release it, just give your shoulder a little roll. And now you're going to do the exact same action in a different pose. Okay, so you're going to start kneeling, lift your hips up, and step your right leg up into a lunge. Okay, so this might be where you really want something underneath your knees to give them a little bit more cushion. So slide that blanket or that pillow underneath if you need that. Okay, now shift your hips forward, bending your right knee. So your right knee might go past a 90-degree angle. That's fine so long as you're not in pain. And then shift your hips back, straightening your right leg, ball of your right foot away from the floor. Okay, bend your right knee again. You can have your hands on the floor on the inside of your right leg. And then straighten your right leg, ball of your right foot away from the floor. A few more times. Bend your knee, hips will go down and forward. Straighten your right leg, ball of your foot away from the floor. Bend your knee, hips forward. Straighten your leg, ball of your foot away from the floor. Okay, last time, bend your knee, bring your right hand to your chest. Okay, right the same place you did before. Straighten your right leg. Okay, ball of your right foot away from the floor. And then bend your right knee again and reach your left arm across and to the right. Okay, again, not trying to twist. You're not pulling from your hand. Reach from your shoulder. Okay, reach from your shoulder so you're rounding through your upper back. You might feel a little bit of a crunch in your belly. Okay, you might feel like a little tightness on the right side of your body. That's fine. It's not going to be like that forever. Remember, you're doing that sweep. Okay, and then take your left arm up, over and behind you, almost as though you were going to just gently sweep your left heel with your left hand, and then reach and round forward again, rounding in particular through your upper back. Okay, take your left arm up, over and behind you, and reach across again. Ooh, last time. Start from that rounded place, and then sweep your left arm up and over behind you, following your arm with your eyes. Whew. And then switch sides. Okay, so right leg comes back, left leg forward. And you do want your left knee to be about at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so your left knee is a little bit more of a square, and your right knee maybe slightly back from your right hip, okay? Same as you did before, shift your hips forward, bending your left knee, and then straighten your left leg, ball of your left foot away from the floor. And you can have your hands on the ground, either both on the inside of your left leg or left hand at your hip, whatever feels good, but bend your left knee, hips go forward. Straighten your left leg, ball of your foot away from the floor. Again, bend your left knee, hips forward. Straighten your left leg, ball of your left foot away from the floor. Bend your left knee, hips go down and forward. Straighten your left leg, ball of your foot away from the floor. Now left hand to your chest. Bend your left knee, hips go forward. Straighten your left leg, ball of your foot away from the floor. Now, as you bend your left knee, lift your right arm up and reach across, rounding through your upper back. Okay, pull from your shoulder. And again, you will likely feel a little bit of a stretch, the right side of your hip and your ribs and the right side of your belly, all the way up into your shoulder. And a little bit of compression, almost tightness on the left side. It's okay, it's not going to stay like that. Okay, then sweep your right arm up, over and behind you, maybe grazing your right leg with your right hand, and then reach and round forward again. Right arm goes up and over, following your arm with your eyes, and then forward again, rounding through your upper back. Last time, right arm goes up, over and behind, and then give your shoulder a little roll, and bring both knees to the floor. Okay, and you're going to stay upright here for this one. Okay, if you need to take a rest, if you want to sit up in a chair, you're welcome to do that as well. But you're going to be on your knees here. So you need even more cushion. You can go ahead and grab more cushion. You could also, if you want for this one, grab a block, particularly if there's any sensitivity in your low back, and put it between your thighs and just give it a good squeeze, good firm squeeze between your thighs. And that'll take some of the heat off of your knees and a little bit of the heat off of your low back as well. Okay, I'm going to keep it there because it feels good. Okay, now, same as before, right hand comes to your chest. You can squeeze the block if you're using it. Okay, I know that I said you didn't need props in the beginning. You can do this without the block. Totally cool. Okay, so left arm reaches across. Now, it's a little bit more challenging to do this on your knees. With the block between your thighs, it might be even more of a challenge to reach across, and that's okay. That's actually on purpose. Okay, reach and round across, pulling through your upper back. Okay, in particular through your left shoulder. You might even tuck your chin towards your chest, curling in. Sweep your left arm up, over and behind, maybe reaching for your left heel, and then go forward again. Round, round, round. Okay, so again, you're not twisting across, you're reaching and rounding. Okay, sweep your left arm up, over and behind, follow your arm with your eyes, and then reach across again. One more time, left arm goes up, over and behind, and maybe this time, left hand goes to your heel. Maybe not, maybe your left arm just stays lifted, or even your hand comes to your hip. Okay, that has a lot to do with the length of your arms more than anything. Okay, no matter where you are, squeeze your legs inward, maybe around the block if you have it, and then with your hand at your chest, start to rotate your chest up toward the sky. Okay, keep squeezing your legs inward, lift through your chest, and then with your hand on your chest, pull yourself back up, and then sit back on your heels if you need a little bit of a break. If you want to stay upright with your hips away from your heels, also totally cool. Okay, we're going to do that again. Right? So when you're ready, you can come on up. If you're not ready, pause this video, give yourself another couple of breaths. But when you're ready, come on up. Block between your thighs if you like it. If you don't have a block, you could put a soccer ball between your thighs or a thick book. Any number of things. Okay, but give your legs a squeeze inward. Left hand is at your chest. So I'll turn so you can see what that looks like from the front. Okay, left hand is at your chest. Right arm reaches across. And again, you're not pulling and twisting from your hand. You are reaching from your shoulder. Okay, reaching, reaching, reaching from your shoulder. Okay, then sweep your right arm up and over and behind you, following your arm with your chest and your eyes. Graze your right heel with your right hand, and then go forward again. Okay, reaching across into the left. Right arm goes up, over and behind, grazing your right heel with your hand, and then across and forward again. One more time. Right arm goes up, over and behind. Maybe you grab your heel, maybe not. This time, I'm going to have my hand at my hip. My thumb is pointing in toward my butt crack. Okay, you could even give it a squeeze while you're squeezing the block if you have it. Okay, wherever you are, start to lift your chest up. Right, so your hand turns toward the ceiling. Okay, if you want a little bit more support, you could bring your hand behind your head instead. And otherwise, just inflate your hand, or your chest rather, up into your hand. And give your legs a squeeze. Full breath in, full breath out, and then using your hand on your chest, pull yourself up, and then lower your hips to sit. Okay, maybe a little bit of a roll for your shoulders. In both directions. Okay, but that, my friends, is it. That is your practice for today. I'm going to get a little bit closer. But what I really wanted to share about this practice, and this is a practice that you can find in my Movement for Healthy Shoulders program. And it's in a practice called Rotate and Reach. And what I really value about this practice is that you are really actually widening your shoulder blade off of your back. Okay, and you're doing that to increase the movement of your shoulder blade, to release tension in through the back of your body, and to create more movement through your whole shoulder joint. Now, what I think is so essential about this is that it used to be in some styles of yoga that we were taught to keep your arm bone integrated at all times, and that was safer, right? That would protect your shoulder joint. Thing is that if you only keep your arm bone in that one position in your shoulder joint, integrated, solid the whole time, you limit your capacity for movement, right? You actually hold yourself back and can create more tension as a result. So by intentionally reaching and pulling so that you create more movement across the back of your body and the front, and creating this sweeping action, you are offering yourself more relief. Okay, and I think that's a really, really powerful thing, to not only sort of break some of those, long-held assumptions that you might have had if you came from one of those traditions of yoga about what your shoulder should be doing in order to preserve its health. Okay, so I think that it's a really, really useful thing to think about, because a lot of times we think we know all that we need to know, and then we learn differently, and that's how it is with me as a teacher and as a student. And I would like to think that I'm always learning, and I hope that you do too. So if you enjoyed this practice and you want more, you can find the full practice in my Movement for Healthy Shoulders program. There's information about that program below in the description. If you have questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments or at naomi@conscioushealthymama.com. But for now, I hope that your shoulders are feeling fantastic, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat again really soon. Until then, bye, everyone.